The Barbed Wire, Episode 2, Metal Music and the Beginning. Can a genre truly exist until it is named? Some movements are named during their time period, and the other musical genre are named after they are gone. So in the academic study of music, the term proto and post are used as a device that situate a particular movement in time. An example of this would be calling a blue cheer a prototype metal band because they existed and play a musical form similar to a metal in a time period before most critics used the term heavy metal, or calling a band like Mezuga or as a post-metal because they are play music that has clearly evolved beyond the parameter of heavy metal. For the purpose of this podcast, we have set a timeline to those when metal was founded and argue that the true founding fathers of the heavy metals are Black Sabbath and the Led Zeppelin, respectively, and that band that came before them, such as the Blue Cheer and the Proto Metal, because they lack of some elements of the heavy metal in the terms of the post. The prefix that is the most difficult questions. We argue in this podcast that metal did not simply exist and then cease to be, but instead split into smaller subcultures. We instead use the term post-metal only when the band considered itself to be playing in the post-metal genre. So we also have an attempt in this podcast to properly categorize each band according to the genre that they must identify. So while there are many similarities between some metal subgenres and subcultures such as the black metal and the death metal, many bands that fall into either camp are extremely specific about what kind of music they play and would not consider themselves to be the other camp. So no matter how similar they appear to spectators outside the metal community, as Stanley Fish in his work on interpretive communities has speculated, fans feels a sense of ownership over the particular hand, and they would find offense if we labeled Venom, for example, as a doom metal band instead of the black metal band. So fans are notoriously possessive about metal to the point where the most minute distinctions or error or insist on an indicative of someone not having the sufficient knowledge of a metal or one of its subgenres. So this sense of ownership has led to heavy metal fans becoming one of the most vocal of the fans in contemporary music. As live events, in online discussions, and in the virtual communities, many in the metal communities have the strict definition as to what constitutes true metal and what music is simply pop music dressed up in metal outfits playing a false metals, also a subgenre. So too many of the metal community, the distinction between what can be considered true or false metal is the key way of identifying who is the fan and who is the simply a poser. It was pretending to be a fan. So the band Manowar was obsessed for years with the idea of the band played true or false metal. So according to the bassist Joey DeMaio, a metal band can be called authentic based on what they bring to the table, not only on records, but what they bring live as well. So the DeMaio, the whole purpose of playing live is to blow people's head off. That's what we do. So that's the energy of the band. So we're out to kick ass. We're out to turn our gears on, our blast. We're out there to kill. That's the metal is. So anyone saying otherwise is not playing heavy metal. To DeMaio and to the metal fans communities, metal means commitment and dedications. Not only to a killer live show, but to living a life that evolves metal, and to feel as tough one or a true one is not merely doing it for the money. So, but living metal is a way of life. So this is